guys, it's Ruthie with the Pople Backyard Farm, and I have a confession to make. Kind of embarrassing, but it's true. My dresser has no clothes in it. My dresser is filled with makeup. And that's because I sold makeup for years. And I actually started selling makeup when Clay and I first got together. But where I am, the girls don't wear a lot of makeup and things. It's a rural environment. And, and I know that the girls get up and a lot of them are, it's just a different atmosphere. Some of them wear makeup, but they not like when I lived in the suburbs. And so I tried to sell makeup out in this area, and it wasn't working for me because everywhere I went, I had to go an hour here or an hour there. So every Wednesday, what I'm doing is I'm boxing up things I need for later, and getting rid of things I don't use at all. And so I'm going through my Wednesday purge. And if you're purging with me on Wednesdays, go ahead and leave the link to that video below so everyone else can watch your video. But basically every week, anyone that wants to be involved, you can clean your house, come back, do a video on your exciting story, and then of what happened that week, and we can all watch each other's videos. So anyway, oh my goodness. So I have this big, huge thing of makeup. Plus, I was an extreme couponer, which I actually was interviewed for the show. Clay and I didn't want to be involved with that because, we just kind of like to live a quiet life. But anyway, that was, I got the phone call and immediately we were like, no, we don't want to do that. And, and at that point too, I wasn't really at that spot where I felt like I had enough stuff, but because I did extreme coupon, I still have lots of things like makeup and shaving cream and different items. I know how to extreme coupon, but quite honestly, I gave my car up so I could stay home and, help her here, because there's no point in having a car, there's nowhere to go or anything to do. So what happened is I just gave it up because it's just too hard to get all the papers, and all the stores are an hour away. And by the time you get there, all the other couponers, have been there ahead of me because it might be 2 or 3 days, so it just wasn't working for me. So that being said, during my purge, it brought back thoughts of when I was in the makeup industry. It's like all this makeup, and also the extreme couponing things that I still have. So some of those things are going bye-bye. Actually, how I got into that, just telling you about my purge, how I got into extreme couponing is I was kind of praying, asking God to help me make more money because I had moved out here with Clay and left my other job and stuff. And I felt like extreme coupon, and I loved it. It's a ball. It's a lot of fun, but things have changed in the couponing world too. There's a lot more restrictions, so it's kind of, I got into it shortly before everything kind of went public, I should say. So once everybody was in it, then it was just crazy, and a lot of stores didn't know their own rules, and it just got to be like, it's not worth it. And I'm never going to argue with anybody about a product at the grocery line, but most of the time when I did coupons, I'd walk away with my whole load of groceries free. So it was pretty awesome, and it did help a lot, but I still have a lot of red hot sauce. Frank's red hot sauce. I got a ton of that. So there's some things here on our little homestead, so to speak, our little backyard farm that, if it's not something we're going to use, we're going to donate it. Obviously, if it's things we need, it's foolish to donate it and then rebuy it. So that was kind of my week. I had, as I was cleaning out, because sometimes what happens is you kind of just walk by stuff because it's so there for so long. But when you start digging in every drawer and every cupboard and everything, you're like, really, do I need a whole dresser full of cosmetics? I live in a rural community, and yes, it's nice to look nice, but in the same sense, that's a lot of makeup even for anybody. And I'm not selling cosmetics anymore. And I gave a lot of stuff away. I mean, I was giving like big tote bags full of makeup away and stuff. So, but at this point, you know, I want to go through all that. And let me see. I have makeup that's makeup, rather, medications that are expired, you know, like coughs medicine and all that kind of stuff. And I never was a hoarder, so to speak, about it. Basically, when I got into it, I didn't know how much was going to be used, and my son was still living there they're here then. And also too, when I would extreme coupon, if I would also give away the excess to family. But this is the stuff that ended up staying. There's some of those little piles like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I had like a whole cupboard filled with it because I figured, you know, through the course of a year we might make hot sauce, chili, this and that, and we just didn't do all that. And then as far as the makeup was concerned, makeup was very expensive. You can spend $200 sometimes for a little bottle of something. And so some of that stuff, you know, I used to do makeovers, and I thought, well, gee, when my son gets married, maybe his wife, and I would give makeup like that to, you know, to family. And I have, you know, a bunch of sisters, but my family hasn't really come to see me that much since I've moved out here. Didn't mean to scratch my my family hasn't really come out to see me a whole lot. And a lot of my family has moved all over the country, so I don't see them hardly ever. I mean, I might see my sister once a year if I'm lucky. And I have, let's put it this way, I have 6 siblings, and if I'm lucky, if I see my one sister once a year, and that's lucky. And the only person I do see all the time is my mother. So I might see my sister 2 to 3 times, but it's usually like, hi, how are you? Got to go, I'm working. And it's because she works in sales and she's always on the go. And I know where she's at because I usually see her when she's at my mother's house for a minute sometimes if she's there. So that's kind of my rant about my purging this week. Brought back a lot of old memories. I certainly do not feel that it's I need to save all that stuff. It's just silly. So I'm getting back to being almost want to say a minimalist within reason. I mean, it's silly to get rid of everything and have to rebuy it. So I'm just getting rid of things that I know we're absolutely not going to use, and don't save things in hopes of. And that's where I'm at. It's like, if I know for sure I'm going to use you know, 4 things of Frank's Red Hot Sauce, that's good. Everything else is going. And plus, you know, the expiration dates. But if you know anything about expiration dates, they don't mean anything. So, but the old medications, I'm just gonna, you know, probably just trash all that. I have to go through it and see what it is. But that's what's going on at my house. So I am purging. And so everything gets either given to family, given to you know, charity. So hope you enjoyed this. You know, tell me about what you're doing, what you're cleaning, what you're doing. Just leave the link to your video below, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.